Welcome back to the channel. If you've ever wondered whether a 300-layer poultry farm can actually be a profitable business, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the numbers, real math based on real farm expenses and earnings, so you can see exactly what to expect. I'll break down the monthly revenue, expenses and profit, and then zoom out to look at the bigger picture over an entire laying cycle. Stick around because I have a free gift for you later in the video. Whether you're just getting started or looking to scale up, this video will give you a clear and realistic view of what poultry farming can bring in. So let's get into it. But before we get into the details, let me quickly say this. These calculations are based on my average local prices. The cost of feed, eggs, and other expenses might be different in your area, so I highly recommend doing a small market survey and adjusting the numbers accordingly. That way, you'll get the most accurate estimate for your own farm. Now, let's talk about egg production. A specialized commercial layer is bred for high efficiency and can lay between 300 to 340 eggs per year under proper management. On average, these birds start laying from 18 weeks up to 80 weeks, though some farmers extend that to 90 or even 100 weeks. For this calculation, we'll stick to 80 weeks to keep things practical. It's important to remember that not every bird will lay an egg daily. On average, from the 18th to the 80th week, about 85% of your 300 birds will be laying each day. That translates to roughly 255 eggs daily, which is about 8.5 trays with 30 eggs per tray. If each tray sells for $3.20, that means we're bringing in $27.20 every single day. Multiply that by 30 days and we get a total monthly income of $816. That's our revenue before any expenses are deducted. Now let's talk about expenses. The biggest and most consistent cost in poultry farming is feed. On average, each bird consumes about 120 grams of feed per day. But in reality, this can sometimes be less, meaning potential for even more profit if feed management is done right. With 300 birds, this comes to 36 kilograms of feed per day, adding up to 1,080 kilograms per month. In my area, 1 kilogram of feed costs around 45 cents, which means our total monthly feed bill is approximately $486. However, this cost isn't fixed. There are ways to reduce it while still maintaining or even improving egg production. Even small amounts of wasted feed add up over time, so proper feed management is crucial. If you are not careful, birds can spill, contaminate, or overconsume feed, leading to unnecessary losses. That's why I always recommend using the right feeder types, adjusting feed amounts based on bird behavior, and implementing other strategies I've shared in previous videos. You'll find those linked in the description, so after watching this, be sure to check them out. It's also important to mention that I'm using layer concentrate mixed with maize. Some people called it corn, maize bran, and lime to formulate my feed. However, some farmers use wheat bran instead of maize bran, depending on what's available and cost-effective in their area. The key is to follow the mixing instructions provided for the specific layer concentrate you are using, as the composition varies from one brand to another. Always make sure your mix meets the bird's nutritional needs, because cutting corners on feed quality can reduce egg production and ultimately hurt your profits. So, while feed is the biggest expense, smart decisions in sourcing and management can make a huge difference. Now that we've covered that, let's move on to other essential expenses that contribute to the overall cost of running a successful layer farm. Next, we have vaccines, deworming, disinfectant, and vitamins. These are non-negotiable if you want a healthy flock. Sick birds mean lower egg production and potential losses, so we set aside $20 per month for this. It might not seem like much, but consistent disease prevention will save you from major losses down the road. Then, we have transportation and miscellaneous costs, which add up to around $25 per month. This covers things like fuel for deliveries, minor repairs, and other small but unavoidable expenses that come up in day-to-day farm operations. These may seem like small costs, but over time they add up and should always be factored into your budget, though the cost can be less than $25 per month. One thing to note is that we're not including labor costs in this calculation. That's because at 300 birds, this is still a manageable number for one person to handle without needing to hire extra help. With a well-organized routine, you can comfortably feed the birds, collect eggs, and handle basic farm management on your own. However, if you choose to scale up in the future, hiring labor might become necessary, and that would be an additional expense to consider. When we add everything up, our total monthly expenses come to $531. Subtract that from our revenue of $816, and we're left with a monthly profit of $285. This is a solid return, considering that this does not include the money you'll make when you eventually sell the birds at the end of their laying cycle. Many farmers use that income to buy new chicks, reducing the cost of starting the next batch. Now that we understand the monthly numbers, let's zoom out and look at the big picture over the entire laying cycle. But before we do that, let me know in the comments if you'd like a breakdown of the costs from day 1 to 18 weeks before the birds start laying. That initial phase requires a different set of calculations, and I'd be happy to make a separate video on it if enough people are interested. Now that we've broken down the monthly numbers, let's look at the big picture. How much do we actually make over the entire laying period? Most layer birds have a productive cycle of around 14.5 months before their egg production drops significantly. So let's calculate the total revenue, expenses, and final profit over this period. Since we make $816 per month over 14.5 months, the total revenue from selling eggs comes to $11,832. This is the total amount we generate from egg sales alone, without factoring in any additional income from selling the birds at the end of the cycle. Now, let's look at the total expenses. Each month, we spend about $531 on feed, vaccines, transportation, and other costs. Over 14.5 months, that adds up to $7,699.50. This is why budgeting is key. Poultry farming is profitable, but it also has continuous costs that need to be managed carefully. So, after deducting all expenses from our revenue, we are left with a total profit of $4,132.50 over the 14.5-month cycle. This is purely from eggs, and as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't even include the money you'll make when you sell the birds at the end of their laying period. Many farmers take that extra cash and reinvest it into new chicks, reducing the financial strain of starting a new batch. One important thing to note is that this calculation only covers the laying phase. It does not include the cost of raising the birds from day 1 to 18 weeks before they start laying. That phase has its own expenses, including chick purchase, brooding setup, and special feed. If you want a detailed breakdown of those costs, drop a comment and let me know. If enough people are interested, I'll make a full video on that topic. Now that we've covered the revenue and expenses from eggs, let's talk about what happens when the laying cycle comes to an end. A lot of people only focus on egg sales, but smart farmers know that the birds themselves are another source of income. After 14.5 months, egg production will drop and it's no longer profitable to keep the birds. At this stage, farmers sell them as spent layers. Other people call them off layers. Depending on your market, each bird can go for anywhere between $3.05 to $6, sometimes even more if sold live to customers who prefer local chicken over broilers. If we take a conservative estimate of $4.05 per bird, selling all 300 birds would bring in an additional $1,350. This extra cash is a game changer because many farmers use it to buy new chicks and start the next batch. Instead of starting from zero, this money helps cover part of the initial cost, making the next cycle much easier to finance. This is how commercial poultry farmers keep their business running smoothly, by reinvesting profits strategically. One thing to keep in mind is that managing spent layers is just as important as managing egg production. Some farmers hold on to their birds too long, hoping they'll keep laying, but this can actually lead to losses. The key is to track their production closely and sell them at the right time when they still have good market value. So far, we've covered both egg revenue and the extra income from selling birds. I want to make poultry farming as simple as possible for you, so I've put the revenue and expenses summary in my Telegram channel, linked in the description. Go check it out and download it. It's a free gift for you. This tool will help you track your numbers and maximize your profits. But before we wrap up, let's talk about something that often surprises new farmers: hidden costs that can quietly eat into your profits. While egg sales and bird sales are the main revenue streams, unexpected expenses can add up fast if you're not prepared. Let's dive into those so you can stay ahead of the game. First, there's mortality. No matter how well you manage your flock, you will lose a few birds along the way due to sickness, injury, or other factors. Even with good vaccination and proper care, a small percentage of birds might not make it through the full cycle. If you start with 300 birds and lose, say, 10, that's a loss of potential egg sales and a smaller number of birds to sell at the end. Second, there are unexpected medical expenses. While we already budgeted for vaccines and vitamins, sometimes birds get sick and need extra treatment. If a disease outbreak happens, medication costs can go up. Preventive care is key, but you should always have an emergency fund for such situations. Third, equipment repairs and replacements. Things like feeders, drinkers, and egg trays wear out over time. If you're using artificial lighting to boost egg production, bulbs and wiring may need replacing. These might seem like small expenses, but over the time, they add up. Lastly, market fluctuations. Egg prices aren't fixed. Sometimes they go up, sometimes they drop. The numbers I've used here are solid estimates, but depending on your region, you might experience different pricing trends. This is why every farmer should track their local market and adjust accordingly. So, what's the big takeaway? Poultry farming is profitable, but it's also a business that requires planning and smart reinvestment. If done right, you can make consistent income, and when you sell the spent layers, you have a chance to reinvest and start fresh without struggling. And like I mentioned earlier, this breakdown only covers the laying period. The cost of raising the chicks from day 1 to 18 weeks, the brooding phase, is not included here. If you want me to break down the expenses for that period, let me know in the comments and I'll make a full video on it. I hope this breakdown gave you a clear and realistic picture of what to expect in commercial egg farming. If you found this useful, give it a like, share it with someone who might be interested, and don't forget to subscribe for more farming insights. If you have any questions, experiences, or insights, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.